Let's talk to freaking Kuno. Morning,
Does
Kuno.
Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Interesting.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, C.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
No, hold on. No one is lame here. Just tell me what happened.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City, aka the City of Rage?
Kuno, is this about Rage City?
Oh god, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
Stop it, C. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Kuno doesn't...
Alright. To the shack. Oh look, a new thing to click on. It's crawling with locusts
All
in here.
around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Stop being so sarcastic, Kim.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
You think that inside the Elysium phasmid is nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist. But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid is impairing your judgment.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Okay, I'm getting sassy. I do want to check though. Oh, I've got to call the library. Okay. Oh yeah, I had opening hours, didn't it?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I know you took the locust from the traps.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You said you didn't give a F about bugs, then you go and build a whole bug town.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there in Night City?
Yeah. Locust City. City of Rage. City of Lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears the bottom of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't
Kuno
give
made
way.
himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
A leaden silence fills the yard.
So that's what this is about.
That depends on the choice you make, young girl. Oh, come on, no one is coming to take you away.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
I need you to stop taking locusts from traps. The cryptozoologist is trying to find something very important. These locusts are bait. I have to ask, what does the city of locusts mean? What's going to happen to the locusts, not towards the shack?
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
I have to ask, what does the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his face up to the heavens.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's going to happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Nice.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulidian phasmid. He mutters to
He
himself.
recognizes the name.
Wait, you know what the phasmid is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction. Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art? No, art is for arrogant blowhards. Why am I getting this? It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world, I mean?
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Only, okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed for me, needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Nice.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. So?
He raises an eyebrow.
You should thank him.
Nothing. This hit really paid off. Good job, Kuno. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down the armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, Pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
I will remember this, Kuna.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno doesn't.
I'm really confused about the shots thing. I also need to phone and tell everyone. Let's call the station from here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
Pick up the
This is
radio.
Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
This firewalker reconnect me to the 41st. And used to get me to a civilian that she may report a murder. Connect me to Jamrock Public Library. I need to report a dead body on Martinez Boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170, 175. Dark hair, medium build, looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and his head on a metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like an accident.
No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He's wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pocket.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magin.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Okay, can you connect me to the library?
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
he sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for information that you can provide on Billy Magin, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said?
Majon.
Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
Cuts down the receiver.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
How did your colleague know it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And
Nice.
then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was your name?
1 second.
Just pass the phone over.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you, that's all from me.
Happy we could help.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio now. End the call.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Good job, Atlas. Right, okay, so we have a lead. We can go to the apartment. Am I just going to be this one? 'Cause it's one of the few doors we can knock.
You hear someone walking around inside.
Oh, it says 10, so that's not right. Upstairs we go. Is it this one?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Don't knock! Just leave! You don't need this! You don't need to sad it up!
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Alright.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
Is this Billy Méjean? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
Yeah, sure.
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
Oh, this is gonna be sad. I'm gonna remove the torch out of politeness. Ooh, 1 Inland Empire, 1 Volition. That's pretty good. I kind of like the fact that the Thai talks to me though. Alright.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
She looks
Tea,
around the kitchen.
Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news? Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Oh wow, empathy impossible. 97. Kim is here, identified, discussing through with Kim, Lieutenant's handkerchief. We've done it with the RCM.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
Your husband, Victor, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
With 2 cigarette butts still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It couldn't have been long.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
But with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
This is a touching moment.
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me.
I'm very, very sorry.
I'll call if...
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her, leave the room.
Yeehaw!
Hoffa.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The blowtorch might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Great, so now I've got a -1 for all physique checks. I've still got another 5 hours.
You did well.
I could have done more.
You did enough.
Rubbing his hands together to generate some heat.
Can save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now. Let's go.
I mean, like... Just locked again. Feel bad. Alright, well, what's the case done with? I really want to get the whole case reconstructed thing, but alright, I'll go hand that in. Gotta get all that XP.
Hello, officer.
I had a chat with the kid Kuno.
A new trap design, that is.
He promised
I know
to
you're
stop.
skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find a phasmid or admit defeat, people.
It's not worth risking your health. You should go home. I'd offer to help, but I have my own things to do. Damn it, maybe I can still restock the trap for you. We've come too far to quit. I'm going to restock this trap. Let's do this. Except enthusiastically.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But
he wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center. This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoverers. No.
Let's freaking go. To be honest, I'm only really doing this because it's easy XP. Just to get the levels in, to be fair. Whoa! Plus, he doesn't love a bit of cryptozoology, you know what I mean? I'm a bit concerned I'm not going to get the ice cream maker open today. And like, that means I can't pursue one of the quests I want to.
The locusts aren't doing all too well, but they're still in there. This isn't the empty trap.
Right, well, I know that. I want to see if I can just check on it. Oh, ice cream. Not yet, but I'm still pleasantly optimistic. I am hopeful there will be ice cream. Trust in that. We go this way, and then this way, and then straight over.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around.
Release the
Only
locusts
the reeds
into the empty
apprehensive
trap.
hissing. The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Nice.
He doesn't want to. But if there is one more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it.
So now, like, check the traps. Now report to Lana. Okay. Right, check the boardwalk for bullet tracers. Check Island. I don't know where Island is. It's a long way down to your death down here, 20 meters at least. Right, this is on the boardwalk though, so why am I not having the thought to like check the shop? Like, is this not the boardwalk? Like, right, this maybe goes against like the thing, but like I'm just genuinely confused where the locations are, and like I think I'm just gonna look it up because like I genuinely don't understand where I'm meant to go, and like that's kind of annoying to be honest. Like I clearly need to stand in like specific spots. Tell me where the shots came from. Alright, there is a Can I see this image, please? It's like really small. Okay, so we've got one. Okay, so apparently it's like down there. Lands out. Okay, we've done that one. Boardwalk, okay. Alright, okay. Alright, never mind then. Alright, so it just says, I stopped reading because it says, this is actually misleading because it's not actually the, like, it's not actually, you don't get the thought by just walking around. So, that's fine. But, like, I'm glad I looked because I'd have just sat here, like, really trying to work it out.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen someone around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
You pats his son's head.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
You were here yesterday.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
What's so fascinating about the building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the freezing snow. All four of you turn around to adore the mural before
What
you.
not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical, and Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
I mean, research and development? Oh, I failed, right. I don't know, ever heard of Feld Electrical?
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What's the ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Oh, was
But
that
of
something
course, what else?
Do you have money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He brushes it off.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
No, I just want to check my
Of
profile.
course, detective, I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact,
Playful hint. A playful hint shining.
I don't
in his
know
eyes.
if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. You were saying?
Leave.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Right, well, I guess we sell Everett to Joyce then. I don't really feel like I have much more I can actually do to push the story forward. Plus, I also genuinely don't care about Everett. Not because I particularly have a stake in the way the operation is being handled. I just, I've already screwed him over, so YOLO with it. Do a quick save in case
You're
there's
back.
point of no
Good.
return.
What can I help you with? Oh,
Now, say it. Ma'am, this whole thing is a takeover.
a takeover?
Yes, it's not a strike. You aren't being let in because there's nothing to negotiate. The union is taking the terminal. He told me so in his own words. He's taking it. He'll use it for the drug trade to finance the harbour.
If they're taking it,
Looks towards a colourful mountain of crates. Like toy blocks raising above Martinez.
Like a cancer of the blood, metastasizing.
then we're talking about a war. Evrart needs to let me into the harbour at once. We need to talk about this.
He's ready for war. They all are.
They most certainly are not. Crenell has 1,000 men on their payroll. The next batch will be a platoon of 20 men and a gunship.
I've seen the Union's forces. They are better organized than these mercenaries. They also have the support of the people of Revachol West. It will take more than Crenell to wipe them out. Wild Pines will need to send more and better equipped men. Make no mistake, ma'am. I am sure you have the money. The question is, how many years and how many lives are you willing to sacrifice?
What do you suggest I do?
First, will this affect your decision-making process? It's not the RCN's job to make these decisions. The work should have the labour, cut off the snake's head ever it's pushing all this. So bluff, call it, have them open fire and see how long they last. Bring in everything you have and wipe them from the face of the earth. Look at your wrist. It's apocalypse o'clock. Time to commence the gloaming. I wish there was a disco option.
I'm afraid we won't disco our way out of this one.
Cut off the snake's head.
Like the previous leaders of the Union were assassinated. I suspect by Everard and Edgar themselves.
She considers it.
I admit there's some poetry in the idea, and like poetry, it's also useless. There would still be Edgar. They factored it in. The Union is them, and they are Martinez.
So what are you going to do?
What will I do? Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our talks?
No, ma'am. You said you would one day.
It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The last one for 400 years.
Why?
The nations who colonized this Isola called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew, all they thought would be. That there would be something more was a gamble, akin to another world, or life after death. The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world. 5 of the crews did not return. 2 did, but had lost their minds.
8? Is that a normal number?
It was anything but normal. There was no precedent. People thought she was punishing the admirals, or had gone mad, or both. Until after years of trial and error, and the development of a strict psychological regime imitating the creation process of poetry.
Called Volta Doma, or Return from the Sea.
The 8th expedition returned sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, that the Pale had begun to condense, day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, slowly raining down until it formed a vast ocean.
This ocean?
The phenomenon has never again been encountered. For a time, the crew thought they were experiencing a hallucination. The mass hand proclaimed, Lancialind, Lancialind, the signal to wake up, but they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78,000 uninhabited islands in the Insulindian archipelago, officer. The freckled face of God.
She smiles.
You've thought it a million times.
After life, death, after death, death, life again, after the world, the Pale, after the Pale, the world again.
A total shift in human comprehension of reality. On the second day, a great skua was shot down above the flagship Lizargique. The bird was preserved and brought back, along with pollen. 4 years later, the Queen's Counselor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, internationalism, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high.
Leaving us here.
On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile, uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. 4 centuries and 2 revolutions later, I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
Is that within your means?
She puts her hand in the rain. She's silent for a second.
We will see.
It is well within her authority. It's been clear for some time that this woman is more than she lets on.
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation. The next time there will be 2 strikes, then 4, then 100.
What happens will happen.
She takes the end of her reins to the can and starts untying the knot.
The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
She generally avoids the term with her employers.
There are no employers. She's a member of the board. Probably a partner.
You are the Wild Pines. There are no employers.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
What? Of course I have superiors.
That's right, Detective. And next time, you should confer with them before you go setting events in motion.
Despite his words, he's not really sure whether to be annoyed with you or not. Events are already in motion. Whether your actions accelerated or momentarily retarded their progress, even the lieutenant cannot really say.
I answer for my own actions. I don't hide behind some faceless organization.
Here I am. I am the face, and I'm here to answer. Rejoice Layton.
You're going now?
Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here.
Let her go?
Keep the peace, and I will keep my end of the bargain. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane. I know, because I too am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich.
What do you have?
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take me through the Pale dozens of times a year. I've got the longing. And I've got it bad.
She points to her heart.
She would die to return to it. The Pale. The past. Anything one can return to.
How do you keep your stuff together?
The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola. The Volta do Mar. It's used by inter-Easlary travelers and other troubled souls, even to this day.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Nice. Goodbye, Joyce L. Meslier.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
Level up, let's go.
The lieutenant watches her boat grow smaller on the bay, its white sails fluttering. With worry in his eyes, he does not know if it was the right thing to do. But he doesn't say anything. You wonder what Everard has to say about this.
Alright, come here though. I genuinely don't feel like I had much of an option here. Like, I physically didn't have any of the dialogue options. Nothing else was kind of pushing this forward. I can't seem to go anywhere new. I'm like trying to find Ruby, but like not doing so great at it. YOLO, I guess.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Yeah, that's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
It was an accident, I'm sorry.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You're suggesting we honour the carcass of my former motor carriage? No, that's senseless sentimentality. Inanimate objects don't have souls.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriage. An odd thought, maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans, to some extent at least.
Life World. Someone's been reading.
Alright, I'm in. But organising a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway.
It's a
Come back
pity we...
here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the Doom commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea? The old woman still hums her unknown song. She opens her eyes to acknowledge your presence. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Wait, do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This isn't about the union, no, you don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
I see, you know something, but you've decided not to tell
There's
us.
not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Ruby was here. You know it. Ask her about lodgings.
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points towards the building behind her.
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on, you're just giving it to me? I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RDM to accept free accommodations. There's this guy, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. Get keys to your new home. Wait, hold on, you're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
There's this guy,
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
You got yourself a tenant, get the keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
A key appears from under her apron.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking.
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
What was that song you're humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song.
What's it called?
Surrender to the night.
She replies, slowly rocking back and forth.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
Alright, well, now we have a house, so...
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the
I'll
door
wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. and look for any signs of Ruby. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.